Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer, so now let's talk silver. This is going to be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch, especially if you're a beginner, and you have to stick all the way through because we're going over 13 different steps in regards to selling your silver, and it goes picture by picture. Now, I've talked about selling silver on my channel before, and it's definitely one of the most overlooked things and the most important. There's no wrong way to buy, but there are wrong ways to sell. It's very, very, very easy to buy silver. Just go somewhere, click a button, and you bought it. But when it comes to selling, there's some very important tips that I'm going to be sharing that if I would have known when I first started stacking would have saved me a lot of money. One example, before I ever buy that coin I'm looking at online, nowadays I think about how I'll be able to sell that coin. And that has saved me from a lot of bad decision making. That's just one little tip just to give you an idea of how important this video will be. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please click the like button and subscribe because I post daily videos. I'm posting a video every single day this year. I have so far. It's January 6th, and I have posted a video every single day, and I will continue to. So if you want the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date recent information in the world of precious metals, more specifically silver, then I highly recommend you subscribe. Now, with that said, links in the article. Let's talk about selling. Evaluating your silver. See, when it comes to these pictures, this is one of those, it's on Wikipedia. I want to give context because let's say someone doesn't watch this video and only finds this article. They're not going to have the same type of strategy, and strategy is important. It's called a silver stacking strategy for a reason. We're strategizing, right? In your stack, there is going to be different types of silver that you're going to be selling at different places. For example, you don't go and sell a panda or a kookaburra to your local coin shop because he's going to offer you the same price or around the same price as you would a generic round. You want to sell high premium, aka semi-numismatic silver online. You're cutting out the middleman. You can sell your plain generic rounds in your 10-ounce bars and stuff to your local coin shop because he's buying that silver as silver. They see silver as silver. He doesn't care how pretty the coin is. He doesn't care about what mint, he doesn't care about that. He's buying the silver for the metal content. When you're talking about collectible silver, you have to find the collector online or you're going to get ripped off. So evaluating your silver. Separate your silver into coins, collectibles, sterling, scrap, junk silver. Figure out what type of silver you have, and that will help you choose a strategy for selling it. Most silver is bullion, rare, yada, yada, yada. So I'm not going to go into the fine details. I'm going to try to highlight the main points, since a lot of you already know what a coin is compared to a bar. I hope so, at least. Keep your silver unpolished. Yeah, and this is a thing, actually, a very good point. You don't want to clean your silver. Cleaning your silver actually makes it a lot harder to sell. I know it sounds silly, but don't clean it or polish it. Actually, some of the most beautiful silver is from silver that is toned or tarnished. So you don't want to clean it. Even if you have a professional cleaning kit, don't clean it. It never helps. It never is going to make your coin more valuable. It only makes it less valuable. So research the potential value of your silver online. That's a good idea, understanding the value of your coin or bar. And remember, your coin is only worth as much as someone's willing to pay. You could say, or let's say, for example, we'll use a realistic situation. I could say my PF70 Ultra Cameo Moon Festival Panda, the 2016 version with the COA, attached. There's only a mintage of 1,900 of these, and even a smaller amount are PF70 Ultra Cameo because they also have the gem proof. I could say that coin is worth $500. But if I list it on eBay and nobody's willing to pay $500, is that coin really worth $500? No, you have to be realistic. Now, I'm going to go into another important point before most of you click off this video. I'm sure a lot of you will, and that's why I want to throw some big points in real quick, because the people that click off thinking they know everything are the ones that always lose out. If you're going to watch this video, I hope you watch all the way through, because these points are going to get even more important as the video goes on, but I'll throw a very important one out there right now. Have you ever thought about what you're going to do when you sell your silver? You're turning your stack into a business. You're going to be creating your own business someday. Think about it. Are you going to open up your own local coin shop? Probably not. Some of you probably will. But most of you are going to sell online. So when it comes to selling silver online, what site? eBay? Most likely. So let's talk about selling your silver on eBay. Are you going to, in 10, 15, 20 years when you sell, just dump your entire stack online in 1 or 2 days and just expect people to buy from you? Would you buy your silver from someone who has 0 seller ratings that created their account yesterday? No, and I hope you wouldn't. Plus, think about how long that would take. Let's say you have 1,000 ounces. There's 3 to 4 pictures per listing, so that's 3,000 to 4,000 pictures you have to take with your phone, send to your email address on your computer, and then drag to eBay. And then you have to write out 1,000 different descriptions of the weight, the denomination, the condition, right? Think about that. Then you have to reply to people. There's competition on there, so you might have to lower prices and respond, and then packaging and deal with people that are nitpicky. You're going to try to rip you off and say that the coin was in worse condition, yada yada. It's a full-time job within itself. I'll never forget years and years ago, someone emailed me. This guy, he was capitalizing. I think it was around silver hitting $20 in July 2016. He said, "Silver Slayer," he said, "I've been taking off some of the top, just cashing out a little bit." And he said he never understood how much work it would take to sell your silver. He said, "I wish I would have known about this and thought about this earlier." He said, "It's a full-time job listing all my silver on eBay and doing this." He said, "It's overwhelming." So you know what I say? You know what I recommend? Make an eBay page right now. Right now. Well, after you watch this video. Think of a clever name, right? Slayer's Stack, for me. Or some random guy. John's Coin Collection, right? Whatever. And 1 ounce a month sell, or 1 ounce every couple of months. So then in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, when you're willing to really sell, you'll have hundreds, if not thousands of sales, and you'll have credibility build up. You'll have seller ratings build up. So then when it's actually time to sell, you will have a business built. You don't have to, I'm not saying sell your silver right now, just sell an ounce or two, just so when it is time to sell, you're slowly building a big business up. It's the most clever, ingenious idea that anyone could do, since the whole point of buying silver is to sell it someday, right? Well, I know you're going to say, no, silver's money. Let's just look at this from a profitable investment perspective, from someone who is in this to sell to fiat. That makes the most sense, by far, is making an eBay page right now and just selling 1 ounce a month, 1 ounce every 4 or 5 months, whatever. Think about that. And think about if you were to list your entire stack in a couple of days. That is unrealistic, especially if you have a lot. 1, you don't want to sell your entire stack all at once. And 2, if you slowly start listing it over time, you won't be stuck in this situation where you have to upload picture after picture, coin after coin after coin for 14 hours straight. You can list, 5 or 10 ounces this week, and then the next week list another 5, 10, 20 ounces. And then over the next 6 months, your stack is almost all on there instead of trying to do it in a couple of days. So let's look at another one. This is the worst advice I've ever seen. Don't ever sell at a pawn shop. Don't ever sell at a pawn shop. Pawn shops will buy your silver ounce off you for $4. Silver Slayer, but spot prices is 20 something. How could they do that? because it's a pawn shop. They don't go by spot price. Coin shops do. A coin shop and a pawn shop are two completely different things. Coin shops go by spot price. If you take your silver in and you want to sell it, he's going to look at spot price and he's going to calculate whatever percentage on, or when you go to buy, same difference. He's going to look at what spot price is for the day. You go to a coin shop, they don't go by spot price at all. I went in once and he offered me $4 for an ounce. $4. A pawn shop and a coin shop is not the same thing. Never. Also, building relationships. I'm very good friends with the owner of the closest local coin shop. You actually have seen me interview him on my channel several times. His name it's Chuck's Coins. He's a retired police officer. I've interviewed him a lot, actually, and he knows the type of silver I like, so he sets it aside for me, whenever I come in. And I have a relationship with him for years and years of buying through him. That could be very beneficial, just like buying through Miles Franklin, right? Andy Scheckman gets to know you, you buy from him, and, he tells you what deals he has, and in due time, that relationship could take you a very long way. Do you have an emergency silver stash? Do you know what, let's say your car broke down and your funds are tied up in something else, or a medical bill comes up. Have you ever thought about what silver you would sell if an emergency arose? You should, because think about it. Panic selling is real. Let's say you're in a very stressful situation and your medical bill pops up and you're emotionally just everywhere and you don't have the money. That's how panic selling happens, or impulsively buying. And that's when the irrational decision making comes in. You're not thinking rationally because you're in a very messy situation. So then you end up selling, some silver that you should not have sold at that price. Whereas if you do it before, just have an emergency stash set away before the irrational decision making comes in because the situation hasn't happened yet, then it's like a safety net. Put some silver aside. Say, this is silver that I would sell if I ever needed fiat. And that protects you from selling your own stack that you normally wouldn't, because emotional investing is what makes everyone lose money. That's what everyone loses money from. Another thing is, I guess you could trade auctions. Here's the thing. Bullion is so much different than semi-numismatic. You have to understand the difference between the bullion in your stack and the semi-numismatic silver in your stack. Those are black and white, night and day. You have to separate those, because those two are going to be extremely different to how you sell and where you sell and when you sell and what price you sell at and who you sell to. Collectors, they're willing to pay the premiums, but someone who's just stacking silver for the metal content, trying to get weight, they're not going to pay premiums. They want the cheapest stuff, get the biggest bang for your buck. They're going to buy the generic rounds off you. They're going to buy that kilo bar. A collector is not going to buy a generic round. He's going to want your pandas or maybe your MS-70 kookaburra. They're willing to pay premiums. A lot of us are collectors and stackers, like myself. I have generic rounds. I have kilo bars. I have very, very, very expensive coins that I've paid hundreds of dollars for. All of those are going to be sold to different places. My bullion, I could sell to my local coin shop, or I could sell online. But I'm just saying I could sell to my local coin shop if I want that instant cash real quick. Liquidity can be key and can be crucial, and bullion is very liquid. But if you have an MS-70 coin that you paid a certain price for, if you want to sell that, it's probably going to take a couple weeks because you have to find a specific buyer that's willing to pay that price. See what I'm saying? Your stack is all different. It's going to be sold differently. And if you don't know that, then you are in big trouble. And that's why I'm saying, if you are someone that is new and you've never seen this video, I probably saved you a lot of bad decision making. That's why I say like this video and share this video, because people need to know this. People, if I would have seen this video that I just made back in the day, let's say I could, like an older version of myself, I would have saved so much because I've made so many bad purchases. I'm not going to go over that. I've made videos talking about all my mistakes, but regardless, this video, if you are still watching at least, will have tremendously helped you, and I'm confident in that because all the mistakes and everything that I've learned is from my own personal experience. It's not me just reading something online and saying, oh, no, like I've been stacking for a long time, right? 8+ years. And I've been heavily stacking and making daily videos for the last 8 years. Well, not daily video. I've been making daily videos since 2015, 2016. But regardless, this is my life. This is what I do all day. This is my research. So I'm confident to let you guys know what happens and what I've seen from talking to hundreds of people. It's so easy to buy silver, but it's not so easy to sell silver. And now I'm sure some of you will never sell silver. I've actually made polls before, asking people, are you going to sell your silver and when? 5 years and 20 years? I mean, because I'm 30 years old, so I'm not planning on selling for another 20+ years. So I got time, right? Maybe someone else is older and they're retired and they're willing to sell in 5 or so years, but you don't want to sell anytime soon or you're going to sell yourself short. I can guarantee that. And that'll be the worst feeling ever if you sell at $50 and then in a couple of years, silver's triple digits. That would be the worst feeling ever. You got to think about the bigger picture. It's a long-term, we're long haulers. We're investing for the long term. It's preservation of wealth as the dollar depreciates in purchasing power. So anyways, yeah, that's what I got to say for selling. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was informational, educational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please engage. Leave a comment. Let me know any more tips or your favorite tip of advice I gave you, or when you plan on selling, or what price you plan on selling. I think this could be a very, very helpful video for a lot of people, and that's why I made it, and that's why I took so much time digging into this and bringing up each situation and going into such complex topics, because yes, I could have just said buy low and sell high, right? Don't buy on this plate, but no, I really wanted you guys to understand the thoroughness of this, because it is serious and I don't want you guys to lose money. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.